sailboats leaving Martinique or Guadeloupe for the Panama Canal choose the southern Caribbean Sea route, they see the Windward Islands drift past one by one. St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Grenada. We visited them on board Banana Split on a previous trip, before setting off to explore some of its most quiet spots aboard Pt2, a catamaran which belongs to a German Jochen Polosch, who has long sailed these waters, unveiling Los Roques to travelers from Europe. The trade winds blow constantly across the anchorages of the archipelago, and the catamaran's wind generator usually produces enough energy for all the electrical needs aboard Pt2. Among the islands before us, we have chosen to stop overnight at the Isle of Sarki for its abundant population of pelicans which swirl against the backdrop of a tiny fishing hamlet. Apart from miles of breathtaking beautiful beaches, the twin atolls of Las Aves, a short distance to the west of Los Roques, are home to a remarkable natural phenomenon, one of the tallest mangrove swamps with the highest mangrove trees on the planet. This maze of islets, covered with lush vegetation, is home to a huge colony of boobies. Their nests huddled in among the mangroves, where the chicks spend their first year perched on branches, which they eventually strip of their leaves. For the last leg of our cruise on Jochen's mahogany catamaran, we've set sail for the nearby island of Bonaire, which, like St. Martin, Saba, Statia and Curacao, is part of the Dutch Antilles. They say here that Bonaire is the Caribbean of 30 years ago, before the onset of mass tourism. There's some truth in this, and time does seem to pass a little more slowly here, among the brightly colored houses of the small town of Kralendijk than elsewhere. In the capital of the Dutch Antilles, Williamstadt on the island of Curacao, people tell an amusing tale. Years ago, one of the island's governors used to suffer from repeated headaches, and he blamed them on the dazzling white facades of the island's houses. So he decreed that houses could be painted any color except white. The inhabitants of Curacao took this opportunity to give free rein to their taste for bright colors, and the seafront at Punta today gleams with extraordinary hues. Most sailors avoid the ill-reputed Colombian coast. For myself, among the Colombian islands, I prefer small, out-of-the-way Providencia. Towards the anchorage, on the shore of the Isle of Santa Catalina, this rock goes by the name of Morgan's Head. And overlooking the village this mountain split into is said to be the backside of the famous pirate. I'm taking you to a group of islands the like of which I thought could no longer exist. The San Blas Islands of the coast of Panama are the exclusive domain of the Kuna Indians. The archipelago is composed of a few inhabited islands and 350 deserted islets like this one, usually the first to be visited by passing sailors in Cayos Hollandes. The water is so clear that sailors have christened the anchorage the swimming pool. The ones close to the coast, where the Kuna Indians live, are rather overpopulated. And if the village seems calm when you drop your anchor before the island of Maquina, you won't wait long before being approached by molar merchants in their dugouts. Happy children welcome visitors to the little village. Do not look here for a supermarket or even the simplest of shops, applique and embroidery, which are famous throughout the world and rightly take their place in ethnographic museums worldwide. If you don't have your own boat, the best way to visit the San Blas is to embark on one of the very rare sailboats available for charter in the archipelago, like Taifu or the catamaran Pepita. They will sail you to islands of unequaled beauty, such as Quanido. On this islet, 100 feet across, stands the prettiest, almost the only hotel in the San Blas. They generally stop over for a while before heading for the entrance to the Panama Canal. Whilst waiting for their turn to go through the canal in the Cristobal Yacht Club, they can get the boat ready for future crossings. When a great day comes, a pilot boards and invites you to follow the big ship, your traveling companion through the locks, and get in behind it in the first lock going up. The lock gate is closed, we are tied down at all four corners, and the water of Gatun Lake is beginning to fill the lock. The chief danger going up is whirlpools. Gauguin was dreaming not of Tahiti nor the Marquesas, but of this little island. He began here his journey to the South Seas, and it's here that our voyage comes to an end, at the gates of the Pacific, off the amazing town of Panama. In fact, our journey is not really over yet. We have, it is true, left behind us the Caribbean, but such an extraordinary archipelago stands on our path that I would like to offer you, as a bonus, to go off on a jaunt to this handful of islands that seem to belong to another planet.